chance to log as many reps and do as much as I could before the pressure was really on to like go get a job and go make money.
A1. A1. Yeah, truly. Cooler and I'm flyer too. Jam. Cooler and I'm flyer too.
Yo, what's happening? What it do? Shout out to all my people who are cooler and flyer too. It's Chris Tipmore here for A1 Forever Sports, the show that's cooler and flyer too. Today, I have a special guest with me, joining me on the set. This is very exciting for me. This is LA Dodgers and Fox Sports broadcaster, Joe Davis. The man, the myth, the legend, Joe Davis. How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing great, Chris. How are you, buddy?
Every day is a good day. No point in complaining because it won't do no good.
It's great advice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you yourself, who is Mr. Joe Davis, and where did your love for sports originate?
A couple questions in there. I'll go back to
I know it.
the beginning. I'm the son of a football coach, high school football coach in Michigan. So I grew up around sports because of that. That's probably the short answer to that part of the question. Who am I? I think first and foremost, I'm a dad and a husband and hopefully a good person. And then the professional part of it is very important to me, but it definitely comes second to being a good guy. And that starts at home. And then anytime I leave home, I try to be a good person. And I think that's the most important thing. My kids will tell you that they know some pretty simple advice. And no matter what you go into professionally, work hard and be nice.
That's some good advice, man. I love the answer. I love that's some good
Simple,
teaching.
right?
Some good teaching, man. So, tell me, how did you get your start in sports casting?
I think because I always knew that it's what I wanted to do, that helped set me ahead of the curve a little bit, where I played football in college, but the recruiting pitch from the football coach was that I could announce the basketball games right away. So he knew, they knew at that point that this is what I wanted to get into. So I went to college and played Division III football, but the whole time I was doing all I could to get reps and get better at it. And looked at those 4 years in college as a chance to log as many reps and do as much as I could before the pressure was really on to like go get a job and go make money, So I think that kind of springboarded me into my career and helped me find some great opportunities quickly and set up a run here where I've just been so lucky, so fortunate to get the stuff that I've gotten.
Absolutely, man. And it's also, man, you had a family to as a support you too, support your dreams. So that's a beautiful thing too, to just have people that believe in you. And you mentioned your opportunities. I want to talk about an opportunity in particular. How do you feel about your experience at ESPN?
It was great. That's really the first big time gig that I had. So I was doing minor league baseball out of college and then started doing a little bit of stuff at ESPN3, doing streaming of college events and turned that into what was a full-time contract at ESPN. So that would have been 2012. Now, gosh, I was 24 at that point. And, that was, when going into minor league baseball, I was realistic that I could be there for a decade. It could be a while before I got, a big opportunity. But that ESPN contract allowed me, after 3 years of minor league baseball, to move home to Michigan and really start chasing exactly what I wanted. And that was big games on big networks. And ESPN was the first place to really give me that opportunity.
That's beautiful, man. Like, it just seemed like you just really took, like you said, you knew exactly what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
That's always important because, man, I wish I say 18, 19, I really exactly had it figured out. Like, all right, this is my thing. And everything. So that's already a beautiful thing. But, man, I got a real question for you.
Okay.
All right. 2016, you get the call to take on 50 road games for the legendary Vin Scully. Take us through that, man.
Yeah, people ask like, wow, the pressure of being the guy to follow Vin, like, why would you want that? How could you take that job? You're a dead man walking, right? But for me, I tried to look at it as it's why I wanted the job. I'm not going to turn the job down because of that. I mean, who would do that? So
Be surprised. A lot of people would turn it down.
yeah, you may be right. And I think they'd regret it. Like how could you 10 years from now, 50 years from now, laying on your deathbed, say to yourself, wow, I could have gone to LA to become the voice of the Dodgers, but I didn't because I was afraid it wouldn't work. Like, how could you live with yourself with that? So that's kind of what I told myself. And then once I decided, okay, we're going to go do this. And it was, I wasn't trying to replace Vin. I was just trying to be myself and be the guy after Vin, be the guy that was lucky enough to have that responsibility to follow Vin. And, I think because of that, because I never tried to be Vin or replace Vin, and the team's been really good. So I've been delivering good news. I'm still here. They haven't run me out of town yet.
And that's beautiful, man. And that's what it's all about, being yourself. I believe if you tried to come in and try to be Vin, I don't know if you're sitting in your position.
Sure.
So, and you did mention, about years down the line. And I'm glad you did, because I want to know professionally, 20 years down the line, what do you envision for Joe Davis?
Man, I'm lucky, Chris, that I'm doing just about exactly what I want to do. So hopefully 20 years from now, they're still letting me do the stuff that I'm doing right now. Getting to live my dream, calling the World Series and calling NFL playoff games. And 20 years from now, I guess my kids will all be grown up and at least into college by then. Some of them out of college. I'll have 20 years from now, I'll have a 26-year-old, 24-year-old, and the 21 going on 22-year-old. So life will be much different then. Hopefully the work schedule is very similar to what I'm doing right now with the same kind of opportunities, because I'm doing exactly what I've always wanted.
It's really a beautiful thing, man. That's all I can really say. I can put it in words. It's a beautiful thing that, you've been able to know what you want to do, put it in the work, and now look at you now.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, man. And you can do the same thing, right? It's just you've now established what you want to do. That's the first step of it. I know you said you wish you could have at 18 or 19, and everybody wishes that they know that. Not many people know at that point. I was lucky, really lucky, that I knew exactly what I wanted to do, but that's not normal, I don't think.
Yeah.
So the fact that you've identified it now, you have everything you need. You know what you want to do. You're a good guy, and you're putting in the work to meet people and to grow yourself on that path towards what you want to do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Last question for you. What advice would you give individuals who have dreams to be a part of the sports business as a whole?
Yeah, I think it's back to that simple advice I give my kids: work hard and be nice. Just to boil it down as simply as possible. I think you got to do those things. You got to have a little bit of raw ability too. You got to have some of those raw ingredients, but those are the two big ones. You can have all the talent in the world, and if you're a jerk, nobody's going to want to work with you. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't work hard, you're probably not going to keep the gigs that you get. So you got to do those two things just as simply put as I can. You got to work hard and be nice, and continue to get better. And I think that'll come with working hard. Study the industry. I think that's another version of working hard. Become an expert at the industry you're trying to get into. And you wouldn't go out on a adventure. You wouldn't go out on a trip without a map, right? Without your phone handy to be able to tell you where to go.
Right.
Develop an expertise on the industry, kind of create that own GPS for yourself. But again, I think that falls under that work hard umbrella. So work hard, be nice.
Excellent advice. Excellent advice. I know I'm actually, jotting down a few things myself. Make sure I work hard, make sure I be nice and all that good stuff, which I try to be anyway, man. I like to, put my personality out there, let everybody know, hey, man, this is me. I'm chilled and laid back, but I definitely, I'm a workaholic, seriously. I've been a workaholic my whole life, and I'm definitely going to continue to work towards the things that I want to be a part of. So I really appreciate you being a part of this, because this helps me get further to where I want to get to.
Absolutely, Chris. It's my pleasure, buddy.
Yes, sir. Well, man, we're about to get up out of here. I just want to tell anyone who's watching this video here, thank you, like, subscribe, and everything. And then plus, of course, be generational, because it's always time to be the show that's cooler and fly too. A1 Forever Sports. Chris Tip Moore. Why settle for less when you can have more with the vision? Joe Davis, thank you again for coming on here and gracing the platform. And until next time, peace and blessings to you all, and I'll holler.
A1, A1, A1. Yeah, truly. Cooler and I'm flyer too. Jam.